Welcome to Search for Signs. My name is Gary Willing. If this information interests you, please press the like and subscribe button and press the bell for notifications. Not every time, but a lot of times when I record my videos, I have a cup of coffee as I'm drinking. I'm drinking a cup of coffee as I'm recording it. And I like a good cup of coffee. I don't put anything in it, really. I just drink it black, kind of straight up. But I was thinking the other day about this episode of Jeopardy I saw, and I think it was the final Jeopardy question, if I'm not mistaken, but it said, this Pope canonized coffee or something like that, and it was the answer was, or the question was, who is Pope Clement, right? And I think it was Pope Clement the Fourth. There was actually more than one Clement. Now, I don't know much about the lineage of all the popes throughout the years and the centuries, but apparently there was more than one Clement. I don't, anyway, Clement's not a very popular name now, so it's anyway. But this pope made it legal for Catholics to drink coffee, right? And the funny thing was too is he goes, if I remember correctly, he said, "Why should heathens be the only ones allowed to enjoy this lovely drink," or something like that, right? Now, I say all this to say that belief, we all have beliefs, right? Every one of them. That's what makes us a human, right? But our beliefs change. And oftentimes, and I think every one of us has done this in the past, right? But we've changed our beliefs to basically to, whatever suits us best. And if you don't think that you do it, you're probably lying to yourself, because for the most part, we all have done this, right? Just like the Pope, right? He liked a cup of coffee. He's like, now we're going to make it legal. Or, you're not going to go to hell if you drink a cup of coffee or something like this. Now, I'm not Catholic, so, I probably would have been drinking coffee anyway, but, who knows? Maybe nobody would have been drinking coffee, because the Catholic Church was pretty popular, 1,000 years ago, so who knows? Maybe coffee wouldn't have caught on the way it did, right? And I'm kind of glad that he did canonize it, because like I said, I like to drink it every morning, right? It is the original energy drink. Anyway. Now, I joke and I kind of digress, but I was trying to prove a point about belief. But, the Buddha said there's no religion higher than truth. And so these masters in and of themselves don't believe in anything. And I know that sounds, oh my gosh, that means they're like ruthless, right? And that's not what I mean. Is they don't need to believe in anything. They know. They know that they know. They know what the truth is. Jesus knows what the truth is. Maitreya knows what the truth is. The master who was Peter and Paul know what the truth is. Now, when they come back, they're not coming back to change anybody's beliefs. They're also not coming back to confirm anybody's beliefs either, really. But will beliefs change? Absolutely. The belief that we are one and alone in the universe will change, because they will prove that there is life on other planets. The belief that we're just, the physical body, that will change once the masters come out, because we'll start to see that we are souls in incarnation. The masters, the belief that we're all separate, right, and unrelated to one another will change, because the truth will be demonstrated by these masters that we are all one, that we're one family. So, yeah, beliefs will change, but the masters themselves aren't coming to spread any kind of belief or any kind of dogma or anything like that. That's not the way they operate. Now, once they start teaching us openly and directly, the process for us to become knowers will start, really. Where we won't have, humanity in the future isn't going to rely on beliefs in the way that we do today. We will know the nature of the universe and the nature of ourselves. We'll know the answers to all those things, just like the Space Brothers already know. And they live their life accordingly to that. That's why these Space Brothers, they don't conquer other civilizations. Because they know if they do that, they know that it will come back on them in the form of karma. And so their lives will be miserable because of those actions. So they don't They don't do those kind of things. These masters have learned to live within the same laws that the Space Brothers live in. And they're here to teach us those laws so that we can live our lives according to that. And those truths are outside the bounds of belief. You know, it doesn't matter whether you believe in the law of cause and effect. It affects your life no matter what. And that's what the Buddha was saying. There's no religion higher than truth. There's no belief higher than truth. So even if you don't believe in the law of cause and effect or the law of karma, guess what, folks? You know, your life is being molded and affected by your actions. So it stands to reason that it would be better to live harmlessly so that harmless reactions will come back to you versus harmful reactions. You know, but the masters will also teach us that it's not just what we do physically. It's how we live our life physically, what we say, and what we think. That's why it's so important to live according to Maitreya's teaching, you know, honesty of mind. Have what you think line up with what you say and what you do. And then when you do that, it's very easy to see how you think. But most of us don't even realize that we're thinking something totally different than what we're saying and totally different than what we're doing. You know, so that's why we have the problems in our lives the way that we do, right? So, and we're all, you know, basically at the same level. You know, I mean, we're all, you know, everyone's evolving to different levels at different, you know, speeds and stuff. But, you know, from a certain point of view, you know, we're all one big group. So we're not, you know, there are no, in humanity, there isn't a huge, I mean, there is a huge difference in consciousness, but, you know, from a certain point of view, we're all basically the same, right? And so we're all learning the basic, you know, laws of life that, you know, just at different levels, so to speak. So why am I saying all this stuff? Again, you know, like when, you know, these masters are out teaching us, right? They aren't the slightest bit concerned about your belief. And they aren't the slightest bit concerned about, how do I say this? Your belief in God or your belief in yourself or how you might disagree with what they say. They only speak the truth. And I love this quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but it was from Benjamin Crumb's master. He said, Maitreya comes to do battle with ignorance and fear, division and want. His shining armor is truth itself. There's not much you can say to, you know, to somebody who lives their life like that. You know, but I'm sure people will try, and I'm sure people will try to disagree with Maitreya on certain things, especially like, you know, oh, you know, we don't need to share the world's resources. We got it just fine, right? And that's a belief that people have. Is it right? No. I mean, let's look at the life that we're living today. We're living, you know, half the world is living in poverty, and a large percentage of people are living on unacceptable levels, really, and starving to death or food insecure or whatever, right? So the truth of the matter is that we're all one. The truth of the matter is that we all have enough food. The truth of the matter is that we have the infrastructure right now to end this problem rather rapidly. And then, you know, the truth of the matter is that without sharing, there could be no justice. Without justice, there could be no peace. And according to Maitreya, the truth is that without peace, there will be no future for any one of us on this planet. So we can believe in it or not, but it doesn't really, you know, help or hurt the situation. The truth is that, you know, Maitreya only speaks the truth about things. So anyway, just wanted to kind of share some more of my thoughts on this stuff. But anyway, and as always, take action. Help SOP save our planet. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to talking to you again in future videos. Have a great day.